I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.
K-pop news. Behind the glitz and glamour of the stage, there lies a hidden wound. ARMY. Are you ready to hear about the big decision Taehyung made after receiving unexpected treatment from his own agency? This isn't just gossip. It's a turning point for an artist you've all loved. Who would have thought that the very place that had sheltered him would become the source of his greatest disappointment? Kimtaehyung, better known as V from BTS, recently made headlines not for his new work, but for something far more personal. An insult that didn't come from the public, not from haters, but from within HYBE itself. A dismissive comment circulated from someone allegedly part of HYBE's internal circle. The comment targeted Taehyung's vocal abilities and public image, two things that should no longer be in question after over a decade of his career with BTS. It is unclear who is behind the words, but the impact is profound, not only for Taehyung but also for millions of fans who immediately sense the injustice. As the massive agency overseeing BTS, HYBE should be a safe space for artists to grow, create, and express themselves. But for Taehyung, this moment has become the most painful emotional blow of his career. And the public is beginning to ask, is this the only incident? Or just the tip of the iceberg of internal issues that have been hidden all along? Instead of responding with emotion or openly retaliating, Taehyung chose a surprising path of silence. After reflecting, discussing with close friends, and rediscovering his true self, he made a major decision that immediately changed the course of his career. Taehyung will take a temporary break from BTS and focus entirely on his solo career. For many fans, this decision feels like a loss. But for Taehyung, it is a step toward healing, a way to regain control over his life, which has been overshadowed by expectations, routines, and the group's image. Now, he chooses to stand as an independent artist, not just as V of BTS, but as the whole Kim Taehyung. Though surprising, this decision was immediately met with an outpouring of support from ARMYs worldwide. They know this step isn't easy, but precisely because it's difficult, they feel Taehyung needs to be embraced with even more love. Many support hashtags for him immediately trended across various platforms, showing that wherever Taehyung goes, he's never walking alone. Not only the fans, but the BTS members also showed their maturity. RM, Jin, Jimin, Jungkook, Suga, and J-Hope expressed that they respect and understand Taehyung's decision. Though they must part ways temporarily, their brotherhood remains intact. This is one of the reasons why BTS is always considered different from other groups. Taehyung's decision naturally sparked a lot of speculation. Will this affect BTS's future plans? What about their contract with HYBE? Does this mark a cultural shift in South Korea's agency system? Though there are no definitive answers yet, one thing is clear. Taehyung is now on a new path. A path that is more personal, more free, and more creative. Many believe he will soon release a solo album, visual art projects, and may even delve deeper into the world of acting. It's no secret that Taehyung has a broader interest in the arts beyond music. He enjoys photography, drawing, and is known for his uniquely distinctive visual aesthetic. Now, with more time and creative freedom, Taehyung has a golden opportunity to showcase aspects of himself that have not yet been fully revealed to the public. Meanwhile, HYBE is under intense scrutiny. If it's true that the offensive comments came from within their ranks, this isn't just a minor incident. It's a harsh blow to the agency's reputation, which has long been seen as professional and supportive. Many are urging HYBE to conduct a thorough review, not just to maintain its relationship with BTS, but also for the future of all the artists under its umbrella. Taehyung's decision could be the catalyst for change. If even one member of BTS feels compelled to take action alone to seek justice and freedom, then there is a system that needs to be fixed. Although Taehyung has now chosen to focus on his solo career, one thing that cannot be erased is his identity as part of BTS. In every step he takes, in the works he prepares, the shadow of friendship and memories with BTS remain a part of him. When he spoke in one of his recent interviews, his tone was calm, but his eyes betrayed a sense of longing. He acknowledged that this decision was not a rejection of BTS, but rather a form of self-respect. He wants to return to that stage one day, but with a stronger, more honest, and more prepared version of himself. Taehyung's initially surprising decision has now evolved into a global solidarity movement. Fans from various countries have created support projects, from billboards in New York to tribute videos in Tokyo, all conveying the same message: we support you, Taehyung. More than just a fandom, ARMY now stands as an emotional shield protecting Taehyung from industry pressure. They not only support him behind the scenes, but actively advocate for the importance of mental health and artists' rights to express themselves without agency restrictions. On the other hand, public pressure is now hitting HYBE back. Many parties are beginning to question the company's internal integrity, especially regarding their treatment of major artists like BTS. Although HYBE released an official statement that sounded diplomatic, the public feels it's not enough. There was no direct apology, no clarification on who is responsible for the offensive comments. Some industry observers are even speculating that Taehyung is not the only artist feeling uncomfortable. Could this be a sign of a changing climate behind the walls of the Korean entertainment industry? Meanwhile, amid the tension and scrutiny, Taehyung is not staying silent. This is precisely the moment when he is working harder than ever. Rumors suggest that he is currently finishing a solo album rich in personal meaning, even collaborating with producers and musicians from Europe and America to perfect it. There are leaks that one of his standout tracks will become a manifesto of his freedom, a song about wounds, courage, and the choice to live as oneself. The song is said to be the most honest one Taehyung has ever written in his career. If true, the world will soon see a more raw, more human, and more free version of Taehyung. No longer just an idol, but an artist who speaks directly to the hearts of his listeners. The question that keeps arising, of course, is, what will happen to BTS without Taehyung for a while? The answer isn't easy, but the other BTS members have shown a very mature attitude. They don't force him, they don't question him. Instead, they are encouraging Taehyung to pursue his own path. RM even mentioned during a live stream, sometimes we need to let each other fly alone, so we can come back even stronger as one. ARMY is slowly coming to understand that BTS is not just a music group, they are a relationship built on trust, not a contract. Every major decision will always have consequences. However, for Taehyung, this is a price worth paying for personal growth. The world is now witnessing change, and behind all the pressure, we realize one thing: not all departures are forms of separation. Sometimes, it is the purest way to return with a more complete version of oneself. And when Taehyung eventually returns to the stage, whether as a soloist, actor, painter, or back with BTS, the world will see him as someone who has become one with himself. No longer just V from BTS, but Taehyung, a human being, an artist, and a quiet warrior who finally speaks through his work. K-pop news will continue to follow every step of Taehyung's journey. Because this isn't just a story about music. It's a tale of the courage to be oneself in a world that always wants you to be someone else. Don't forget to subscribe, because this story is far from over.